These 5 redstone builds completely changed my survival world, and if you're new to redstone, these are a perfect place to start. What's up? I'm still learning redstone myself, but these are the builds that finally made it click and made my world way easier. All of these are beginner friendly and survival tested. This is the auto sorter. The key to this whole system lies in this redstone torch right here. How this build works is once the items in the hopper reach a certain number, it sends a redstone signal out long enough to reach this repeater. This repeater hard powers this block and turns off this torch. Let me show you a quick example. Once I put these in the chest, it will slowly go down and it turns off that redstone torch and unlocks the hopper, which allows the items to flow into this chest. And this build is easily scalable. As you can see here, we have 2 modules running. If I take the items out of these chests and I put them into the input chest up here, you'll see it'll start sorting out the items. As you see right now, it is taking out all the stone and nothing is going into our observer chest, but all the stone is going into the stone chest. And here you can see the redstone working. To build this, all you gotta do is start with your chests. I'm only gonna go too high for this example, and you're gonna point your hoppers into your chest. You are then going to go out 3 blocks, down 1 block, and you're gonna skip a block and put another block right here. You can put 1 redstone torch right there. You put your comparator facing this block, and your redstone going all the way up until this block right here. You're gonna put down your comparator. It's very important that you place your hopper to point in the direction of your comparator. As you can see right here, it is pointing into the comparator. All you gotta do is just line hoppers above it like that. You're gonna fill in these spots. So you're gonna put 4 items that you're not ever gonna sort. These can be items that you use and change the names of them, or it can just be items that you're never going to sort in general. You'll put in at least 41 of the desired item that you're trying to sort. The second build is a auto smelter. You put items in one chest and fuel in the other. It smelts everything automatically and puts it into this chest right here. This saves time, fuel, inventory space, and is one of the easiest redstone systems to build. This single build already puts you ahead of most survival worlds. All right, so in the top chest, I'm going to put my iron ore. It's going to load the hopper up. In the second chest, I'm going to put my coal one behind. It's going to load the other hopper in the back as well. Then once they're all filled, I'm going to flick this lever and it's going to evenly distribute the coal and the resource to each furnace. And once everything has been distributed, you can flick this lever back and it will stop right underneath the chest again. And once it's done smelting, it's going to put it into the chest at the bottom. You're going to start with 2 chests put together. You're going to lead hoppers into that chest, and you can do as many as you want. I'm just gonna do 5 for the sake of the video. You're going to put your furnace on each hopper, and you're gonna put hoppers into the back of each furnace. You're then gonna come on top and put hoppers into the top of each furnace. You're gonna put the power rail down first into regular rails, and then another power rail at the end. You're gonna do the same thing over here. You're gonna put a block in front of each powered rail like so on each side. Now you're gonna take your chests and put them exactly like this on the front portion and the back side as well. Place down your hopper minecart on each track. And finally, you're gonna place a lever right here and put a redstone block on top of this rail right there to power both of them. Now when you're ready, you'll put your smelting items in this chest. You'll put your fuel source in this chest, and then just hit the lever. That'll start the system. This is build number 3, the automatic crop farm. All this farm takes is some observers, some pistons, and just a little bit of redstone. This one design works for both sugarcane and also bamboo. You do not need to know complicated redstone. You just need something that watches the crop, aka the observer, and something that breaks the block, aka the piston. This is where survival starts to feel automatic. You'll start by digging 1 block down into the ground, a spot for your chest. You're gonna put our hopper into that chest and our other hoppers leading into the middle hopper. Next, you're going to take your mud block and place them on top of the hoppers. So mud blocks are not considered a full block. Items can actually get picked up through mud blocks by hoppers. Next, you'll go 1 row behind it and you'll place your leaves.
Also, you'll place a bucket of water inside each leaf to waterlog it. Now you'll take a building block. I'm going to use stone. You're just going to build one block up. You'll come in front of it and you'll place all your pistons facing the crops. You will go behind the build now and place all your observers with the face of the observer facing your crops. We are almost done. You'll then go behind. You'll place one building block and a line of redstone dust. How this works is once the crop grows up and the observer sees the crop, it's going to send a redstone signal out into this redstone, which will then power this block below it and then power the piston and push it out, thus breaking the blocks. Then you can go through and place glass in front of it so you don't lose any of your precious sugarcane or bamboo, and that's it.
Build number 4 is going to be the melon and pumpkin farm. This one is just as easy as the bamboo and sugarcane farm, but instead of bamboo and sugarcane, it's going to be melons and pumpkins. You'll start by digging one block down and placing leaves in each spot, and then waterlogging the leaves. Place observers with the face facing towards the farm. Every other block, you're going to place pistons on the other side facing the farm as well, in between those observers. Then you're going to take a solid block and put it behind each observer, and then redstone in between each one. Now you're going to go 2 blocks in front of the observer. You're going to dig down 1 block and dig another block for the chest. You're going to place the chest down and then place a hopper into that chest with the other hoppers leading into the middle hopper. Now you're going to till each block in front of the observer. This is where you're going to plant your seeds. Once the plant fully grows, the observer will detect the change and the pistons will react. It will then push the pumpkin or melon out into the hoppers, which will then collect into this chest. And this build is easily stackable. You can do this same build on every single row to have multiple rows going as high as you want. This is an automatic chicken cooker. You have chickens in this top part that are dropping eggs into the hopper, which is then putting the eggs into the dispenser. Once the dispenser detects an item, the comparator picks that up and sends a redstone signal into the repeater, which strengthens the signal and sends it all the way around into the target block and back into the comparator. This is a very simple clock, but effective because it will stop whenever the dispenser is empty, and when the dispenser gets full, it'll out all the items. I'm not going to show you a block by block build on this one because it is pretty straightforward. The only thing that you really need is the fence posts in there because that keeps all the baby chickens pushed forward, and whenever they grow into adults, they will clip into the cauldron of lava, and then their cooked chicken and feathers will go into this item hopper, which leads into this chest. If you're new to redstone, build one of these and your world will instantly feel different. If this video helped you out, make sure to comment and subscribe. That way you can stay tuned for future videos.